What's up, guys? Scott from the Iron Will Strength Studio. I wanted to talk today about something called realistic goals. I hate that word. I think by nature goals should be somewhat unrealistic. I think we need to set goals that inspire and that motivate people and that get you out of bed and excited to go do whatever it is you need to do. One of the reasons I joke around a lot about people saying they want to tone up. I feel like that's too weak to really inspire the kind of action that it would take to actually get muscle tone, to get stronger, to get fit. I think you have to kind of set big goals in order to make the big efforts that are required to actually see results, whether that's in fitness or life in general. So there's a great book called the 10X Rule, and he talks about that a lot, where people tend to, his concept is that people tend to set goals that are too small, and it's not the goal that's the problem, but they actually underestimate the amount of effort required to achieve certain goals, and therefore get discouraged, therefore don't hit the goals, and therefore just set lower and lower goals, which ultimately become nothing, rather than actually setting the high goal, but realizing it will take extraordinary amounts of work to get there. And the reason I'm bringing that up is I find that over the years, a lot of people get a little discouraged or down on themselves after 2 or 3 months in to a program that they've done pretty well, but they're kind of disappointed at where they are. I've had people even after a month say that they're disappointed with their lack of progress in the mirror, with measurements in inches, whether they're trying to put muscle on. If it's maybe I'm going to just generalize and say it's a guy that's looking to get bigger and he doesn't see big muscles or measurements increasing in a month or 2 months, or a female or even a male that's trying to lose weight is not seeing that in the mirror or on the scale. Now, mind you, if they're doing things right, they have seen other indications that things are going well. They're getting stronger, they're feeling better, their clothes might be fitting better, they're actually seeing progress in the right direction, but they're discouraged or disappointed because they're not where they thought they would be. They thought they would be here by now. They thought they would be here by now. So the goal of being comfortable in a bathing suit, the goal of feeling a couple sizes smaller or getting bigger or getting stronger, that is a great goal and totally realistic. It's just a matter of accomplishing that in 3 months is probably not realistic. Okay, I think we really have to look at this closely, because that will discourage the hell out of you if you have a completely inaccurate sense of how much time this takes. So let me use this analogy. If you were to, I remember as a kid I would watch these martial arts movies and see somebody who's an awesome martial artist, or if I watch the UFC and see these guys that can just perform at such a level, I'm not gonna lie, I look at that, I wish I could do that. I would love to do that, right? So I walk into a karate studio and I would like to perform at that level. Well, that is a black belt level usually that we're looking at, right? Well, a good instructor would probably sit me down and explain to me that's totally possible for you, even at your age. It will take you 8 to 10 years to acquire a black belt, and that is training X amount of times per week for X amount of hours per time. If you can only come twice a week and not 5 times a week, that might take you 14 years. If you can come every single day for 4 hours a day, I can make you a black belt in 4 or 5 years. I don't really know the numbers. I'm not a black belt. I have no idea. You get the idea though, right? So if I were to go in and do karate every Saturday for 3 months and then be disappointed that I'm not a black belt or even a purple belt or blue belt or anything by then, that would be crazy, right? That's not a realistic expectation. So I'm really not allowed to be discouraged at that point. Changing your body is very, very similar. Most people, when they have a goal in mind, they're talking about a black belt body, a black belt level of health and physique. So if you see somebody that's extremely fit and that person is, whether it's a bullshit image on Instagram that you're seeing, which, by the way, let's not even go there. Do not compare yourself to those people. But even if it's someone that you know in person that is particularly fit, you see at the gym, that's a role model. Maybe it's a trainer, maybe it's a fitness person, maybe it's just a friend or an athlete. Those people are probably at a black belt level of fitness. Well, a black belt level of fitness has been doing this for a long time. Okay, you can never expect to achieve what someone's achieved in 5, 10 years in 3 months. It is literally impossible. So what I'm suggesting is do not abandon the goal of being at that level, but understand that 3 months is you're just getting warmed up. If I literally go and do martial arts for 3 months, I'm not going to be expected to be all that great in 3 months. I'm going to be expected to know more than I do now, feel pretty good, feel confident in certain skills, but I'm going to be nowhere near a black belt. Okay, so don't be so hard on yourself when you're looking at how far you've come, and if you're discouraged about where you've gotten, because you really have to give yourself easily a year to see dramatic changes. Okay, and that's a year of being on point with your workouts and being on point with your nutrition. Most people that I know, takes them 3 months just to realize that they really do have to get their nutrition in check, right? So they will work out pretty well for 3 months, but really think they can get away without changing their diet a whole lot, okay? Once you realize that, oh wait, I do have to change my diet dramatically, and then consistently do that, not for a week, not for 2 weeks, not for 2 months, for months at a time, you can start seeing results that way. So for a complete transformation, it's going to take a long time. How long did it take you to get to the point where you are at now when you're trying to reverse it, right? So whether you've put weight on, whether you have gotten out of shape, that's happened over 5, 10, 15, 20 years sometimes. There is no way to reverse that in 3 months. So don't be so hard on yourself. Don't have these unrealistic expectations. Understand what you need, what you would like to do. Understand how long and how much work that will take. It will take a ton of work. It will take a ton of sacrifice, okay? A lot of people, we talk about following the right plan, and it's really important to have the proper plan, the proper program, the proper workout, the proper diet. But at the other side of it, it's just straight up discipline. It is not easy to get to the gym 3-4 days a week. It's not easy to spend that kind of money on a trainer, on a membership, on coaching. It is really not easy to eat well day in and day out for weeks, months, years at a time. There's a lot of challenges in your way. So acknowledge that, understand how much work it's going to take, and put in the work before getting discouraged about how far you may or may not have come, okay? So again, this is really not about setting the goal lower. It's just having a realistic expectation of how long that's going to take and the kind of commitment and dedication to achieving that goal it's going to take. Okay? Hope that makes sense, and keep crushing it. Have a good day.